Hey guys, Berums here and welcome to a brand new video. In this video we'll be talking about a brand new game that came out on the 3rd of September called Spellbreak. Now Spellbreak is a third person battle royale that uses magic instead of guns. Which is a real nice change to the battle royale scene because pretty much every battle royale that I know of uses guns. So seeing something else being used is a nice change. When I first heard about Spellbreak, it was only last week, and I didn't know that this was actually going to be coming out or anything like that. It was a unexpected release that I know of, unless there was some trailers for it. The company that made it was called Prolaterate. I probably butchered that. But yeah, I didn't know the company at all, to be totally honest. But when I heard about it, they basically just released it because, like I said, I've not seen any trailers about it or anything really about that. There probably is out there, but it just wasn't, mainstream on the media at all. Now, when I downloaded and started playing Spellbreak, they give you a very nice warm welcoming into the game. They first of all give you a bit of background of what Spellbreak is all about, and then obviously they give you the tutorial like every other game does, but it is a nice thing to have. First the story, then the tutorial of how to play, and then you can, once you've done all of that, you can get straight into the game. Now, when I first started playing it, I was a bit wary about it. It's slow, and it's a very slow pace, unlike most battle royales, because in like Apex it is a very fast paced game. Like Fortnite, the building aspect is a very fast, you've got to be not high intellect, but a really good speed builder to be able to win certain fights. PUBG, I think, is probably the closest you're going to get to a slow pace-ish battle royale. But this is definitely a very slow paced game. And I think that's a really nice thing to have, because it also makes the game feel less competitive. And I mean, yeah, battle royales are meant to be competitive, but I think this is a nice change because for the casual people, the casual players of say like Apex Legends and PUBG and Fortnite, who literally get annihilated because they always get sweats and whatnot on their servers, they can always come to Spellbreak because there is, what I've noticed, okay, sure, it's only been about 1 or 2 weeks since it came out, well, last week, actually, it was 2 weeks ago, apologies, corrected myself there. Sure, it's only been about 2 weeks, but usually, of the second week of a game, you usually get maybe 1 or 2 sweats that are starting to make a name for themselves on Spellbreak. Or any game. And so far, I've actually not found any. I've found maybe one. They seem to have became really comfortable. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. But he became really comfortable to the point where he dived off away from me and my friend. And he was soloing teams left, right, and center. All we kept seeing was his name pop up in the kill feed. So there are probably like maybe 1 or 2, sweats, but overall, I've noticed that most of the community that has came to Spellbreak are very, very casual with their gameplay, which is a nice change and a nice feel. The gameplay itself, Like I said, I touched on earlier, it's a very slow-paced game, which is always nice to have. Sometimes it can get a bit fast-paced, depending on the abilities that you use. I'll get into abilities later on. And the fights can literally, they do seem fast, like as in the gameplay's slow pace, but the fights seem very quick most of the time, which is a very peculiar combo, because it's usually sometimes like, oh, you have a very fast paced game, but sometimes the fights could take forever, and so they've kind of changed it up a bit. And honestly, I think it's worked. In my opinion, it's worked. And it works with how the gameplay is, how the abilities are used, how the spells are used, and pretty much it just goes with the flow. And I think that's a very nice thing to have. Now, I might as well get into the abilities and the spells since I've brought them up. So as you can see, my character has two gauntlets. The one of the gauntlets you pick straight away. That is the gauntlet you'll be using for the entire game that you play. And then the second gauntlet you can change all the way through the all the way through the game, you know, as the pickup weapon. And so you have spells like Frost, Wind, Earth, Fire, Lightning, and there's one more. It's like a poison, like gas thing. I think it's just called poison. And as you can see, I've kind of gotten myself a groove of using ice and wind, because wind seems very fast paced. It also helps with your mobility with the tornado ability that you have with it. And the ice is a very archer type thing to use, and also that also helps with your mobility, because when you use the bow and arrow ability that is its main ability, it shoots off an ice trail, and you turn into Frozone from Incredibles, and you start sliding down the ice trail, and it helps with your mobility. I've always used them too. I've started to use them too because they seem like a very dangerous combo. I've not honestly tried any of the others except maybe Flame for one game, and that seemed very clunky, and I wasn't a big fan of it, to be totally honest. As you can see in the middle, the circle ability is a basically it's like a rune that you can pick up through the game, and depending on what rune you've picked up depends on what ability you use. As you can see, I've picked up a wolf rune. I actually can't remember what it's called. It's basically like playing Bloodhound on Apex. You know, you scan the area that you're in, and you can pretty much see people from a certain radius. There's another one that I was using earlier, which is kind of like a fly ability, which is a really nice ability to use if early game, so you can escape fights. You can also get to places really fast, or if you hear another fight going off nearby, you can also get to there. There's many more abilities to use, but listing them all would definitely take me a while. On my honest my honest opinion about the game is that it feels like a game that you can lay back and play and enjoy it whilst because it doesn't really have a much of a competitive feel, and I think that's only because it's been out for 2 weeks. But so far that feel's been really nice, and it's been an amazing game to lay back and just chill out. And Overall, I think this game would it is going to do well for a certain amount of time, but I think it will drop off. I don't honestly think it will compete with the likes of Apex and the likes of Fortnite. Mainly for the fact that, well, first of all, as of late, people are enjoying guns over magic and medieval stuff. It's mainly a preference, really. But like I says, I could see this game doing well for a bit. I don't know for how long though. But for now, it's definitely a game to go worth checking out. If you haven't already. I would say go enjoy the most of it, because honestly, it feels like a good game, and since it is actually growing at the minute, more people will play, meaning you'll get faster queues. Um, there is one question I would like to ask you guys. Um, I really do enjoy this game, and I would like to know what you guys think. If you want to play the game before answering this question, then by all means go for it. But the question I would like to ask is, would you guys like to see this on my streams? And also, possibly YouTube videos. If so, please tell me in the comments down below, and I will definitely start making videos on this and also streaming it, because, like I says, I have been enjoying this game. But yeah, as you can see, I got I got 10 kills in that game. That was insane. But yeah, anyway, guys, this is Spellbreak. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like. If you didn't, give it a dislike, and tell me in the comments down below where I can improve. Also, if you're new around here, make sure to subscribe. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. Have a good day, and peace.